Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some of the stocks in the move today. I'm Alex Steele alongside Paul Sweeney. We're joined now by Bloomberg's Christine Aquino. You're looking at Microchip. What's going on with Microchip?
Looking at Microchip, Alex, that's having a good day today. Currently, the stock is up more than 13%, so extending those gains from the open. And that's because we did get the fourth quarter results after the bell on Thursday. Adjusted EPS slightly beating the estimates there, 11 cents versus 10 cents estimate. And we also saw net sales that were also slightly above forecasts, but were down 27% year on year. But the chips manufacturer did highlight a silver lining. They say that the fourth quarter, quote, marks the bottom of this prolonged industry down cycle. And analysts at Evercore are still rating the stock outperform and say that the company is exiting an inventory correction and entering a restocking cycle.
That's interesting. That's always important when it comes to those chip guys. Not doing so well, though, today is Expedia.
Exactly. Expedia down just over 7% at the moment, pairing earlier losses at the open of as much as 12%. And that's because the travel outlook for this company specifically is not looking great. They did cut their full year outlook for gross bookings and revenue. First quarter results also missed estimates. And, they were highlighting that there was weaker than expected domestic and inbound travel. A lot of that apparently potentially related to the near 30% decline in inbound bookings from Canada, which contributed to a 7% drop in overall inbound travel to the U.S. Now, we did hear from Booking and Airbnb, kind of like comparable companies for Expedia. Both of those top estimates for the first quarter results, but they also issued weaker than expected second quarter guidance.
Bucket list item. I just decided last night, Kentucky Derby.
Ooh, and that's a good one.
And we just had our person come back to us. It's not cheap. Dude, it is expensive.
Yeah. How much are we talking here?
Just to get your nose in the door without airfare, the cheapest option was $4,000.
Whoa, per person. Wow. Yep. And that doesn't count the hat, right?
It's 3 days.
It's 3 days.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but we'll think about it.
We'll think about it. But that's why it's a bucket list.
That's why it's a bucket list.
That's why it's not an every day occurrence. Yep. All right, let's wrap it up here with Crowdstrike.
Look at Crowdstrike today, down more than 2% at the moment. And those shares are declining after a Bloomberg News exclusive report that U.S. prosecutors and regulators are investigating a $32 million deal between Crowdstrike and a tech distributor. And the transaction was apparently due to a deal to supply software to the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service. But apparently the IRS never purchased or received products, according to our sources. And so investigators are now questioning former employees, and they've also obtained internal Crowdstrike records. I'm sure reporters are all over the story, so keep an eye out for more exclusives from that team.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.